It's late in the evening here in Singapore and it's time for qualifying, so settle down and enjoy the action.
Yes, hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in my F1 2017 career mode. And yes, I am back from holiday. Finally, you may see the holiday vlog go up over the next few days. So we're back now from my holiday, and these videos will be going back out as normal. I decided to cut out the practice programs from now on because I've decided to save up all of the resource points to the last Grand Prix. And yeah, coming across the line now to finish qualifying, and we qualify in P16. So not the best result, but hopefully we can do well in the race.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Vettel, Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, it's goodbye. As the sun sets over the South China Sea, the sport that never sleeps is alert and raring to go. We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion, edging out Raikkonen, who'll start P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Massa, Perez, Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Sainz, Palmer and Toro Rosso, Fernando Alonso and Marcus Ericsson, Van Dorn and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
You qualified lower than we expected. See if you can make up some places off the start.
At least Jeff has the confidence in me to make up some positions off the start, but there's the race strategy then. Ultra soft and then 2 super soft stints towards the end of the race. I decided to put the fuel up a little bit more because I realised that the fuel consumption of this car and the track isn't really that great. But hopefully we can get a good result in this race. Hoping for some points, some solid points, and off we go then for the formation lap. So I've missed this, to be honest, but here we are then now lining up on the grid with 3 lights, 4 lights, it's 5 lights. It's lights out when we go here for the Singapore Grand Prix. We've got off to a shocking start. The Palmer has got off to an amazing start somehow, but we dive down the inside of everyone in the midfield, near enough, and we lose the back end there on the curb. We dive it down the inside, lock up the outside right-hand tyre, and we're now up into 14th place. We've gained 2 positions off the start there, so not so bad. But got Ocon, I think that is, and Stroll going side by side down this straight now. Obviously, I'm not expecting to do much against these 2 cars because they're both Mercedes powered, but coming into the braking zone now, we dive it down the inside of, well, pretty much everyone, and the 2 Hasses make contact there. Grosjean cuts across me there without realising I'm there. We now go side by side through this weird, I guess it's a hairpin type thing, I don't know, but unfortunately we didn't manage to get that position. But coming now through this hairpin, this is a hairpin, and we managed to go down the inside of Romain Grosjean there. But unfortunately he has a Ferrari engine, but he luckily didn't have an in-rich fuel mixture, I'm assuming. So we managed to get up into 10th place now, and now we've caught up to the back of his teammate Kevin Magnussen, and we're now going to go down the inside using whatever slipstream there is in this game this year, because apparently there isn't much, and we're now up into 9th place. And moving on a couple of laps now, we've now caught up to a train, which I think has Massa at the head of it. We dive it down the inside of Perez. I'll be honest with that, I didn't expect it to make that move. I kind of outbreak myself a little bit, but we're now right behind Verstappen now. So we're overtaking a Red Bull somehow in this Grand Prix already, and we stick our nose in. He for some reason doesn't try to turn into the corner, and we're now up into 6th place. So obviously people have made pit stop ahead of me. As, speaking of the devil, we now come in for our pit stop. So coming in for our pit stop now, we're going to go onto the super soft tyres, and hopefully we won't get jumped by anyone. But then again, there are a few people that are that have gone on to ultras for some reason for their second stint, so they'll be a lot quicker than us, obviously. and we just about get out ahead of Verstappen, who pitted in at the same time as us, so that's key to note there, that we're still ahead of Verstappen. But unfortunately, as we're now coming out of the pit lane now, we get jumped by Sergio Perez, who is on the ultra softs, so that's to be expected really. I mean, he is in the faster car and he's on the ultra softs, so that is to be expected. But cutting on to lap 15 now, coming through the third sector now, Daniel Ricciardo is out of the Grand Prix. I wasn't expecting that, and then it caused a VSC, I think. Yeah, VSC. So I don't know what's happened with Ricciardo this season, but he's just had no luck whatsoever. Basically, he's had the Verstappen in real life luck that Verstappen has had, you know, in real life. Obviously, he's had that in the game, which is kind of weird because they've obviously got drivers the wrong way around. But we now, as you can see, have Lewis Hamilton behind us, who's made his second or third pit stop for the Grand Prix. So I was thinking I was just going to let him pass. You know, I'm not going to challenge him. He's 2 seconds a lap quicker than me, and he's on anyway, and he's on a quicker tyre than me. So moving on to lap 20 now, coming into the pit lane for our final stop of the Grand Prix. Verstappen has already made his pit stop, so hopefully we can get out ahead of him. Hopefully the undercut doesn't work that massively around here. But coming down now, 37 miles per hour into the pit lane with this. Honestly, when you're doing this on the game, it's like a nice relaxing break from racing, but when you're doing it in post-com, it's like just a long wait. And unfortunately then, as you see on the mini-map, that dot that's coming past us now is Verstappen, and there he is going into the first corner, and unfortunately we've been jumped by Verstappen. So yeah, hopefully we can try and catch up to him in 10 laps time. Hopefully we can. I don't know, because he's in a Red Bull, but unfortunately, moving on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, Valtteri Bottas is out of the Grand Prix on the last lap. That's just heartbreaking. I think he'll be winning as well. But coming around the final corner then to take 5th place in this Grand Prix. I really wasn't expecting this starting from 16th, but well, what a result anyway.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
A great win then for the Maranello team today. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Kimi Raikkonen, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I think I'll have to give it to the Toro Rosso driver. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
So then, 5th place at the Singapore Grand Prix, not a bad result there. Fortunately our teammate didn't have the best of races, but we consolidate our place in 7th place in the drivers. Not far behind Massa now actually, so maybe he can be our next target and hopefully try and keep Perez behind us. So you know, so a solid Grand Prix there. I really wasn't expecting to get 5th place, to be honest. With the pace that we had in practice and qualifying, I really wasn't expecting it. But I'm not complaining with it. You know, 5th place is an amazing result for Toro Rosso. You know, I mean, unfortunately my teammate did DNF, but there we are then, consolidating our place again in 5th place in the constructors. But hope you did enjoy this episode. Please leave a like and a comment, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.